What up, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14, Episode 15 review. Y'all, this week's episode was really good. Really, really, really good. I'm currently filming this at 2:32 a.m., child. I just got done watching the episode with my Patreon fam. If you have not joined me over on Patreon, what are you waiting for? You get to watch these reality shows and drama series that I watch on Patreon along with me. So you get to see my reaction firsthand to these episodes. And whoa, these white heifers were showing out, okay? So the episode begins with the ladies getting together for dinner. It's their first night in Cabo San Lucius, and they're wearing all white, and Kyle and Garcelle end up showing up in the same dress. And it was a cute, funny moment because this has happened 2 other times on Beverly Hills. One with the pink blazer dress, and then with the polka dot 80s style dress that Kyle and Lisa Rinna wore that one season. But I personally thought that Kyle looked better in the dress than Garcelle. I think it fit her frame a little bit better, but they both still look beautiful. So at dinner that night, they're talking about nudity or whatever, and Dorit says that she doesn't like to be naked even in front of her husband. And I was like, well, that explains a lot. Like, what? Huh? I was like, oh, okay. Dorit says that Sutton has been mean to her, and that instead of working things out, she goes lower than low. And she says this to Sutton at the table in front of everybody. And I'm like, here she goes starting. Here she goes starting. And this is part of the problem that I have had with Dorit, is that she don't know how to let stuff go, and that she just keeps on going and going and going and poking at people. Like, I was really riding for her at the beginning of this season, but then as we see halfway through the season, she started back giving us same old Dorit, the reason why we didn't like her in the first place. And I was quickly reminded why I don't mess with her. So Erica jumps in and tries to put in her 2 cents about what Sutton has done. And Sutton says that they're not going to gang up on her again. She was like, I'm not doing this with y'all. No, this is not gang up on Sutton Day. We're not about to have a gang bang here, okay? We're not about to do that. Not today. And Dorit says that she takes accountability for the things that she's done. And I said, when? You just recently gave Garcelle a genuine apology for your microaggressions towards her last season. But other than that, I cannot really remember a time when Dorit takes accountability for her fuck shit. Like, girl, get out of here. We're not about to do that today. So she then says that Sutton hasn't tried to rectify their issues. And I was like, she has tried before with you, and you keep on fucking with her, so what do you expect her to do? But Sutton takes the moment to apologize for the wallet comment, and I was personally pissed because I was like, girl, stand on business. Forget that heifer. Forget about her feelings because she don't give a damn about yours. Stand on it. I would not have apologized for that, but she did. She said that that's not her. That ain't how she operates or whatever. And Dorit, being Dorit, won't accept the apology. She get to talking about you still haven't apologized, and Bose had to jump in. It was like, girl, she apologizing to you right now. You're not listening to her. And she keeps on making up all these excuses and continuing to say what Sutton has done wrong and all of this stuff. And Bose is like, is there anything that you feel like you should apologize to Sutton for? And Dorit apologizes for the alcohol comment or whatever the case may be. But just like she didn't feel like Sutton's apology was genuine, I don't feel like hers was genuine because somebody had to make you do that. At least with Sutton, nobody had to prompt her. At least she apologized on her own. The only reason why you even apologize is because Bose had to point it out to you. And Bose is slowly but surely seeing how Dorit has an issue with taking accountability, apologizing, and accepting apologies from others. She will beat a dead horse. Okay. And Bose is slowly but surely seeing that about her. Bose and Kyle acknowledged that they've gotten a lot better in their relationship, and so much so that a few days after they had their little one-on-one talk at Kyle's house, Bo says that she was out one night at Soho House and saw Motor with his chick or whatever. Like, he was sitting like right in front of them. And she said that she called Kyle, gave her the rundown, sent her a long voice memo telling her what was going down with him and the girl, and this, that, and the third or whatever. And I was like, okay, that was cute. That was cool for her to do that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know how I feel about the Kyle and Mauricio situation of it all. It's very confusing, and I just cannot even waste my brain cells trying to figure out what's going on with them any longer. So then Garcelle pulls the ace of spade out and put it on the table and was like, what's confusing to me is we tiptoe around Morgan because we don't know what's going on with that situation. And I was like, yes, Garcelle, put your nipple on a table, heifer. Yes, ma'am, hold her accountable, because accountable is the word of the day. Everybody at the table looking like she said Voldemort or something. Like she has said he who would not be named, name. And I'm looking like, exactly, like, point that out. We can sit up here and talk about Mo and these heifers, these baddies he out here dealing with, but we can't talk about your relationship that kicked this whole thing off. Like, make it make sense, because it don't make sense. And here go Erica in her confessional Thomason. We know nothing about Garcelle's life. We know she had a roster in the 90s. Maybe she peaked then. Girl, it ain't about no peaking nowhere. Okay? You mad? You mad? Because her roster in the 90s still kicks your current roster, your previous roster, and everything else roster. That's why you over there roostering in that shack you call a house. Okay, while you sitting up here hating, because while you over here trying to find your next victim, she out here getting to the bag and making a career for herself. That's what she used the platform for, and she used it to the best of her ability. Garcelle came on here doing, little movies here, little movies there, or whatever. But as soon as she got on Housewives, she now directing movies for Lifetime, starring in feature films, on this show, doing campaigns, got her 2 houses now, renovated a beach house, and it took you 3-4 seasons to save up to be able to get that dungeon you call the house fixed. But you want to talk about how your sex so good and you a pop star and all of it. Where the men's at? Where the cash at? Where the money at? Don't do her. Don't do her. Don't do her at all. And I'm pretty sure if she was dating somebody, we would know about it. But she's made it abundantly clear that she's not dating anybody. So what is there to talk about? Your whole storyline this season is redecorating your living room. Girl, if you don't shut the fuck up, please. We're not, girl. Ooh. So here go Kyle once again playing dumb, tiptoeing around the conversation, acting like it ain't what we all know that it is. And that irks me, because we're on a show called Real Housewives and y'all hoes ain't being real. So Garcelle, though, is feeling some type of way because she didn't like that Sutton didn't have her back in that moment, because these are the same conversations that they've had about Kyle and the Morgan situation. And now that I'm bringing it up, you sitting there on mute and acting like you being glamored by Kyle and can't co-sign what you've said to me in private. So I saw where Garcelle was coming from, because it was given very much you kind of being fake. You know what I'm saying? You leaving me out here to dry, and I'm your girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm your girl. It's your girl. Like Keke Palmer. So I understood where Garcelle was coming from, because like, I've been your friend. I've been riding for you all these years. I've been the one that's wiping your tears, that have your back no matter what. Kyle could care less about you. But it's like, you nudging me to the side for her. Nah, we ain't doing that over here. Because Garcelle, one of them people, I don't even think it's just a black woman thing. I just think that it's when you a woman that is strong and confident in who you are, you ain't got time to be playing with nobody else's children. So Garcelle gives me very much, you cross her, she is done with you forever. Okay? We beefing forever. So that night, when they go back to their villas or whatever, we see Bose and Erica and Dorit sitting down talking, and Dorit is basically trying to sit there and defend why she had an issue with Sutton's apology, and Bose was holding her feet to the flame like, girl, what do you want from her? Like, she was trying to apologize. So even I'm confused at this point as to why you still have an issue with her. And I think that Bose in that moment once again was starting to see a little bit of the light seeping through the dark when it comes to Dorit. She's still in the sunken place, but she getting a little glimmer. Okay, a good glimmer of the Underground Railroad. Okay, so then over there in Sutton in them villa, it's her, Jennifer, and Garcelle sitting down talking. And Sutton tells them that she appreciates that Kyle stood up for her that night because she pointed out to Dorit that, what did she point out to that girl? I forgot what she pointed out, but she pointed out something that helped Sutton's case in their argument. And Sutton in her confessional time, so Kyle stood up for me. I knew we were friends. I knew it. And now everybody else does too. I need for her to never, ever in life say that again or act like that again. Because you too old. You got one foot in the grave almost. If you don't get somewhere and sit down up here cheerleading because some girl, some woman, some middle-aged scallywag had your back somewhat. Like, you came across so childish, so needy, so immature, and it was given very much the nerd that's finally in with the cool girl crowd. And I hate that for you, Sutton. I really honestly hate that for you, because what it's also given is, yes, you have a really good, solid relationship with Garcelle, and I believe y'all friendship. I have believed y'all friendship. I do believe that you both love each other tremendously and would do anything for each other. But it's also given very much that if your debut season would have went differently and you were brought into that clique, you would have been with that clique, and you wouldn't have gotten as close with Garcelle as you've gotten. And it's given that you're as close with Garcelle because you were a part of the other group. And by other, I mean you weren't a part of the Fox 5 or whatever they called themselves, the Core 4, whatever they was out here calling themselves. It was you, it was Garcelle, and it was Crystal. Y'all were the others. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that, because Garcelle has been a phenomenal friend to you. Phenomenal. Has had your back regardless. The only person on this show to consistently have your back. And don't do Garcelle like that. Don't. Because she fuck with you. And she fuck with you hard. And Kyle don't like you like that. She's only being somewhat nice to you this season because it's not all the way nice. And it's because her and Dorit are going through what they going through. That's the only reason why. You're basically a pawn in this game of hers. So, Garcelle goes on to tell her that she has blindfolders on when it comes to Kyle, and her loyalty goes beyond for her, despite the fact that she has not been a good friend to Sutton throughout the years. And Sutton was like, that's not true. I think I listened to her friend to friend. Friend to friend? You mean friend to associate? Because she's not your friend, girl. And Garcelle was done at that point, because it was like giving delusional. Like, okay, girl, I guess you just stuck on stupid. So Garcelle was like, all right, I'm going to bed. Like, because I ain't got time for this. And she went to bed upset. And Sutton knew that she was very much upset. And it was very awkward, and I didn't like that, and I don't like them fighting. I really honestly don't. But if Sutton don't get it together, she's gonna lose a really good friend to her. She really honestly is, because you need to open your eyes and see that that lady don't see it for you like that, girl. Like, stop. You look crazy. So the next day, Garcelle and Sutton talk outside on the balcony, and Garcelle admits to her that she got frustrated and that she feels like when she brought up the Morgan situation that Sutton went into protection mode for Kyle. And Sutton was like, well, basically, if a person doesn't want to talk about a situation, then you at some point have to let it go. And I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But don't be acting like you have not posed the same questions that I have been posing. We're not going to do that. You're not going to put me out here like I'm the only one, you know? So yeah, I hate this for them. I really honestly do. I think that they're fine, but I can see there being some strain there between them. So on the boat ride, Sutton tells the girls that she genuinely meant her apology from the previous night to Dorit. And Erica was like, I've noticed you weren't compassionate to women going through the worst time in their life. You've done it to me. You've done it to Kyle. And now you're doing it to Dorit. You pose as a friend and oftentimes work as an enemy. You are kicking the dog at their lowest. And I was like, well, damn, tell us how you really feel. I don't agree with that at all, that Sutton isn't a proponent for women. I think that she is very caring when it comes to women and women's issues. And I think that she, if allowed the chance to be, is a great friend to, whoever is in her life. So I didn't necessarily agree with what Erica had to say about Sutton. I think that she took the opportunity to come for her because in the past, that has been a confrontation that Sutton has not been able to win. But with this newfound confidence that Sutton has now, I think that she low-key gave Erica a run for her money. Like, this ain't the old Sutton that's just going to sit there on mute and just look at you crazy. You know what I'm saying? She was giving her back the same energy that she was getting. So Garcelle in her confessional points out the fact that Kyle is sitting over there on mute, ain't got a word to say. And I was like, she ain't got a word to say because she ain't got no issues with Erica. If her and Erica was going through something, she would have stuck her neck in and had something to say towards Erica. But yeah, that's why she ain't saying nothing to Erica, because she could care less, to be honest with you. She could care less about what these girls say or think about Sutton. So Sutton was like, what do y'all effing want from me? What do you want from me? I get blamed for everything. All you do is tell me what I do wrong constantly. I've apologized to you. I've apologized to you. Pick on somebody else. And Dorit was like, but why is it okay for you to pick on people? And Sutton was like, I was so henpecked by you. It was the picking. And here go Dorit being condescending and being a bitch. She gonna tell me some, again, you need to actually speak English so I can understand you. And Sutton was like, okay, Dorit, okay, maybe if I speak in an English accent, it'll work better. Does that work for you? Baby, let me tell you something. She would have thought that Wally comment was something. I would have ate her ass up because I'm tired of you playing with me. I would have been like, why you sitting up here talking about understanding? Do you understand that foreclosed notice that's on your house? Do you understand that your husband don't want you no more? Do you understand that you're going to have to downgrade and downsize like Erica? You might be her new next door neighbor. Like, girl, don't play with me. I would have told her, bitch, I'll buy your whole life. You better shut the fuck up talking to me. That's why I hate she took the apology, that she apologized to that hoe. So, Dorit was like, well, do you want to move forward? And Sutton was like, right now? No, I don't. And in her confession, like, I knew it because the apology wasn't real in the first place. And it's like, girl, you and Erica have taken the opportunity to literally verbally jump her. Bose in her confession was like, I don't know Sutton in this way. She's lashing out. I'm seeing a different side that I'm not sure I like. Bose, don't nobody care. Nobody cares about what you think or how you feel. I know you not going to sit up here and act like you don't see these two women tag teaming her and her arguing back and forth with both of them when she came into the situation being very apologetic and sincere, and then they decided to pile on with, I don't like that you did this, I don't like the way you did that, I don't like the way you say this, I don't like the way you say that. Bose, you are a pick me ass bitch. I do not like that lady. I honestly don't. She is such a disappointment. Such a disappointment for me. So, Sutton gets fed up and leaves the part of the boat that they're on and goes downstairs. And Garcelle in her confessional says, normally I would have something to say, and I don't like to see this pile up on Sutton, but I'm not going to do that because the other night she didn't have my back, and I'm not going to stick out my neck for her when she doesn't always do it for me. And I get that. I get it, because sometimes you got to teach a person the hard way. And she saw in that moment that Kyle wasn't nowhere to be found, and that Garcelle had to sit back. She had to sit back and let her fight her own scandal for the first time. Like, that's your friend, baby girl. Handle it then. Handle it, okay? So then, Kyle in her confessional, Sutton loves to start an issue, then run and act like the victim. How many more ways she got to show you she not your friend, Sutton, for you to get it? And that was just proof right there, once again. So we get a hot mic moment from Sutton where she's saying, I hate these effing B's. They're such effing sluts. Such a fucking bitch. And I think that she was talking about Erica and Dorit when she said that. But I'm looking forward to next week's episode. The season is winding down. It's almost reunion time. I'm so happy about it. Or did they already film the reunion? They should have filmed it by now. But yeah, I'm super excited for this season finale that's coming up. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.